5:07 p.m. Open air log continuation. Still the 17th of January 2024. We were JAN17, Roseman, California. Okay, so the previous video I was talking about Quakes and how the anniversary was affecting me left and right, and I started going over a list of Quakes that usually scared the shit out of me, and I can remember. And this one particular day stopped on 1992 Landers Quake happened on a Sunday, June 28th. And during that time, when this particular son of a 7.3, I don't forget monsters. I don't forget monsters that scare the hell out of people left and right on this one. Because this bad boy happened and had a shaker like crazy on this one. But at the same time, on June 28th on a Sunday morning, my brother's coming off of a shift. I think he was doing a septic tank job. He was working for like Andy Gump, but it was a different company altogether. He only had about maybe an hour or two left to sleep. And then the son of a bitch hit early in the morning. 4:57 in the morning. But this was a day I had talked to my brother and my mother about going over to seeing a Star Trek convention that would have had Shatner and Nimoy, and now was at the last two of these guys doing a series with each other, and no one would ever see them again. But their last stop, or nearly the last stop, was Anaheim, my territory. I did not want to miss this. Being a diehard nutjob Trek fan during this time, I was going to go. And I was going to force my brother into the damn shit, too, by having Ma force him into this shit. I know he hated to go to Trek conventions. He probably look at the women mostly. Me, I was there because I was a science fiction geek. I was geeking out and I needed to get stuff. But we didn't realize that a few minutes before 5 o'clock in the frickin' morning, we get into a damn earthquake out there. On June 28th, on a Sunday morning. And we're seeing this shit on television. And are you sure you want to go, John? I mean, yeah, well, this is the last time I'm ever going to see Shatner and Nimoy together, so I might as well get the Polaroid on. I'm going, Dave. How about you? Oh, God, you've got to be out of your mind. I know, I'm a Trekkie. What do you expect? All right. Boys, you be careful. You take God with you, and I love you. We love you too, Ma. Be extra careful out there. You know it. 92, we were living in Woodley at the time. A street called Woodley between Rayen and, was it Parthenia or Nordoff? Nordoff. Because right below Rayen was, going southward, was Parthenia. It used to be called Sepulveda, but they called it North Hills after that because of politics and whatever kind of bullshit they did. So during this time, we're on the freeway. I mean, about 1 or 2 hours later, we're on the freeway. We're seeing almost practically nobody on the damn freeways. And we're looking at underpasses, overpasses. We're looking at places around us. Dave's still paying attention when he's driving. I'm looking at the stuff like, oh, shit. Hey, check the shoppers out, he says. What? I'm looking at the windshield. I'm looking at, holy crap, that's a flotilla of them. Yeah, where are they going? Yes. These guys are heading over to Landers area. They were going to be doing an aerial survey. In fact, entire surveys of everywhere. If there was going to be any major damage for the 7.2, they were going to be doing this damn thing. We're on the 5. We're getting to the interchange. There's still some traffic left on there. A few emergency vehicles. But everybody was staying home because they were terrified. My brother and I, we're driving on the damn freeway like a couple of frickin' idiots. John, you know we're crazier and shit. Yeah, I know. You really want to do this thing? Yeah, I do. All right. But if I get killed, I'm going to kill you. I said, yeah, I know. We get over to Anaheim. and we get off at Catella, I think, or doing the surface streets. There were people on the streets, walking, driving around, still trying to talk to each other about what the hell happened. We got over to the Anaheim Convention Center, and we didn't see that much damage. We didn't even see any caution tapes. Well, we did see people lining up in certain areas, including this one overhang. I think I talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. It's therapeutic for me. There's this support of a pillar. I mean, a roof supported by four pillars. And these are the kind of people who are going to be doing the day thing without a gold pass, without something about that, to see the actors. A long story on mine is buried in the videos I know, but suffice it to say, I had a special ticket for me and my brother to go see Shatner and Nimoy, and we were going through nearly the VIP area, so right outside front. So we were ready to do our thing. But every time we saw choppers, we're looking in the air, we're like, holy crap. I mean, we're just watching the damn thing. So if we actually had a video camera, I'd be taping the whole damn thing. But we didn't have the camera during those. We didn't have the camera available during that time. I wish I had. That would have been fun. But no, we had Polaroids. Didn't matter much. The aftershocks would hit outside. They would rumble. They would rumble. We'd feel it. We'd see some of the buildings out there, and some of the poles just kind of shaking, the palm trees and a few other trees shaking like crazy. And the fans would be scattering like crazy. And when the aftershocks subsided, they went right back in as if nothing happened, back in their spots. Dave and I were hugging the building. That's where the special lineups were. We moved about a couple of feet away from it, still maintaining our positions, but just being equidistant to it. And then nothing happened after that. We went back in. And they opened up about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Gave the vendors inside time enough to get things set up. Go shopping. Go shopping. And I did. Shopped for a couple of badges here and there. Shopped for a sound effect board or two. And I went. We felt a little aftershocks here and there, but business as usual. The aftershocks were lessening. The major had already been hit. I mean, the major aftershocks already gone through, and now we got to deal with the smaller ones. And it was a cool convention, seeing Shatner and Nimoy doing their spiel, doing their shtick. We get home and we're watching the news after that, and we're seeing what the hell happened to Landers. And my brother's giving me a glare, like, are we fucking nuts or what? And I'm looking at back and said, John, don't do this shit to me again. Please. Looking at the 92 quake of Landers, it's only a precursor to 2 years after that. And that's what scared the living crap out of me. Monday morning, 4:30 in the frickin' morning. I didn't have alarm set off because it was Martin Luther King's birthday during that day. I was going to sleep in. I was an office schlub at a at a mortgage company owned a subsidiary of a forestry company called Weyhauser. We're called Weyhauser Mortgage. And I'm just an office schlub, a temp of sorts, it seemed. Last hired, first fired. That's how it works. It hit. A son of a bitch hit. And that bastard scared the living crap out of me at that point. It was a 6-7. We could have sworn it was more than that. We could have sworn it was more than that. I mean, they say the moment magnitude was 6.7, but we knew it was more than that. We knew it was more than that. Conspiracy theories happened after that. They kept saying that it was more than what the government recorded because if they recorded a lesser amount, the insurance companies and the government wouldn't go bankrupt or broke or worse. But that day of days, I said it in a few videos and I'll still talk about it because this anniversary is waning fast and I still want it on record and posted. Just not many people will be seeing this damn thing anyway for right now. If they did, I'll be lucky enough. This son of a bitch. 4:30 in the frickin' morning. I'm waking up to the fact that the world was coming to an end. I'm saying, son of a bitch. That was the first words I sang is son of a bitch. This is fun. I'm thinking of a Star Trek quote off of a movie. In the movie of Star Trek, The Undiscovered Country, when the Enterprise was attacked by the Klingon cloaked bird of prey by General Chang, done by Christopher Plummer. Leonard Nimoy, played by DeForest Kelly. I remember this scene. He's grabbing on to structural support. He's holding on for dear life, and he's feeling the shaking. He's going, "This is fun." That damn line was sticking in my head. It was sticking in my head. It was sticking in my head. This wasn't fun. Lights are out. Ma was screaming to David. "David! John! John! David! Are you guys alright?" I'm getting trapped in the bedroom. I had a big heavy metal bookcase with a lot of my books and game cracks, toys, God knows what else. A damn thing collapses and it prevented me from getting past it to get out. Dave's trying to get me out first before he deals with the dogs. And he's barefoot. Gets me out, pushes the damn door where I can get out and try to help Ma get the dogs. I've got shoes barely on it as it is. We're not decent enough. But they didn't give a shit. Things were happening too damn fast. Our dogs go out. We had about 3 dogs. And they were terrified. They were running out in the backyard. David had to chase them and bring them back in the house. And I'm trying to keep Ma okay while the house is still shaking. And after that, the first shake happens. Interlude, and we're trying to get things squared away. Ma out of the bedroom into the living room. The dogs are with us, chained up, and then the earthquake hits again. Everyone else is screaming outside, yelling, running around. We still don't have the lights. We're still shaking like crazy, but the windows hadn't broken yet. They hadn't broken. The house was a flat roof house that we actually had. It was called a bunkhouse in the heydays. It was part of a larger property in Reseda. The major property was on the corner of Tampa and where the hell was it at? Oh shit. I can remember the damn street, but I can't remember the damn street name. Man, am I doing great. Alright. Yeah, I'm doing real great today. Just trying to hold down the damn fear and the damn adrenaline going through my mouth right now. That was terrifying. Son of a bitch, that was the... Okay. Back to San Fernando Valley. How the hell were we? There we are. Oh, shit. Alright, Lake Balboa. No. Northridge, North Hills. That was close to Boulevard. That was Woodley. That was Reseda. We were in Reseda at that son of a bitch time. Alright, where were we at? There was Lassa, there was Tampa. Down further. Roscoe was above us. Tampa on the west end. Wilbur on the east end. Satakoy to the south of us. There it is, Satakoy. And then there was Sherman Way. There's our block. Holy shit, it was Valerio. Oh God. It's been far too long. It was Van Alden was the damn place I was trying to remember. Epicenter was close to Van Alden. And it was terrifying. We were unclear at the time. When it hit. The whole street was out. The whole street was screaming. People were running out like crazy trying to figure out what the hell was going on. As soon as we had okay, and the major quakes had done, but the aftershock were still going to kick our asses. But we still went outside anyway to find out what was going on and to see if our neighbors were all right. Dave and I had to make sure that we had some friendly relations with neighbors across the street and next door to us on both sides. The whole area was blacked out. The valley was blacked out during that time. A few places actually had collapsed front ends, others didn't. Fire department and police department were nowhere seen. We were on our own. As soon as it got light, or during that time, we actually had our landlord, within 30 minutes of that first shock or two, came over just to see how the hell we were. Rich Kobliner, God rest his soul. God bless his soul. He was the most decent manager we actually had in my lifetime. Well, one of them anyway. Dave and I went over to the store, Tampa, and Satakoy. It was Alpha Beta, changed over to Lucky's. I forgot what they called it now. Now it's Albertson. It's been that way for about 20 or 30, I think. Or almost. Changed ownerships. We were getting supplies. Whatever they could. Got chests out and ice and everything else they were trying to get rid of. 7-Eleven was gouging people left and right on this one. We didn't have the state laws to prevent it. Nor did we have any county ordinances to stop these assholes from doing that. So they're gouging you for milk, bread, batteries, anything else. They had to make a profit. Other places did the same damn shit too. We had a Panasonic television radio, AM FM. It was fed with batteries. We were watching news. We saw Granada Hills fire and flood. Literally. Gas lines busted, flaming out like crazy, and there was water mains breakage all over the place. It was a ethereal, unreal scene. And they were showing aerial footage of the whole area. Different areas, including Northridge. They had tried to get a satellite trucks out there. They showed the Northridge Mall. Dave and I were doing some scouting work. As soon as things got settled out a little bit, we were scouting out for more supplies, and we were seeing the damage all around. Talk about being numb and sick to your stomach at the same time. We couldn't keep food down a bit. I mean, we couldn't. I mean, we'd get coffee. That's about it. We had coffee at home. Electricity is gone, but you make coffee. Dave knew how to make survival coffee. They called it cowboy coffee. I saw the fronts of businesses torn away. Kaiser on Roscoe and Reseda sheared, the front of it sheared off. That was one of my mother's medical offices she went to for treatment. We saw the news articles concerning about Granada Hills getting hit hard. Devonshire and Balboa. It was a frickin' fiasco out there. Hospital collapsed. The emergency room was outside. Everyone had to be evacuated as much as they could. Right along Reseda Boulevard and Victory, there was a park. Still is. And they had tents. They had a tent city being set up by the National Guard and by the U.S. military. Over at Northridge Mall, when they actually had damages to a lot of the buildings over there, they were still Red Cross was still trying to set up service centers throughout the entire valley. Sess you over at Northridge, but then send you over to a lesser damaged area of Topanga Plaza or even Fallbrook. I feel it. I feel the shock, scare, fear, PTSD, everything else going on right now in my stomach. Right now, even as I talked about it because of it. The emotions we had to shut down like crazy because we had to survive. We were on survival mode. Ma was terrified, but she was trying to put herself in survival mode. The dogs, unfortunately, they were a basket case. They were shaking like crazy during those times. We had neighbors trying to help out each other, go to different places. If somebody actually had charcoal, we would have a barbecue there, or share the charcoal with everybody else. We tried to share, but other times, other people just wanted to grab more from you. We had a construction project out in our backyard. Our landlord was trying to get rid of a big, huge palm tree that we wanted out. Got this one asshole chunking up left and right, ruining the backyard with potholes all over the damn place, including in our cement driveway leading up to the garage. There had to be planks out there for the stuff to rest upon before the quake took effect. When the quake hit, those planks were going to be needed. That, whatever the hell he was, came back threatening Ma. Dave and I came back in time, and Dave was not taking any chances with this guy. Kept warning him off. Cops came by. Rich came by. I mean, it was. Rich told this guy to shove off, get out. The phone lines were working. Somehow they were working. Other areas of the San Fernando Valley did have power. They were lucky enough. And water running. Power and water, gas. You know what that means for a person that hadn't been through a shower in 4 or 5 days during that time? Grab whatever clean clothes you actually had, brought it with you to their friend's house, and use whatever hot water they had left in their tanks. Because you bring your own towel. Didn't want to disturb our friend's bathroom that bad. But we were appreciative. Very appreciative of it. It scared the crap out of us. It scared the crap out of us. They were surviving. They were panicking about the damn situation, but it was just nuts. I gotta take a break right now because I got a dog that needs to go out. Sorry, I didn't get that break and breather at this point over here. Dealing with an animal's got dementia is, yeah, crazy enough anyway. But dealing with anniversaries is even worse, especially when I was trying to convey what was going on during those days. It surprised a hell of a lot of people when I was in a geology class in my a few years back, going to Antelope Valley College, and I'm still trying to finish up over there. But in the geology course, I've got about 18 to 20 year olds that had never been in a quake before. Never. They never knew what it was. I mean, they read about it. We had the textbooks about it. But unless you talk to somebody who's actually been through the damn thing, the problem is they'd get their freak out afterwards. Let's see, back in '08, we had just moved out San Fernando Valley and established ourselves in Lancaster at the time. On the 29th of 2008, Chino Hills had a 5.4 shaker, did some damage. It was about 11:42 in the morning. We would feel some of it, but not as much. We were to 6.7, we sure as hell would feel this. But 5.4 is like, what's that? Out here in the Antelope Valley. But out in Chino Hills, yeah, a lot of LA people felt it and freaked out about it. And then Ridgecrest. The 19th, 2019. There was a few sequences happening in that place. There was a lot of seismic shaking going on. And, believe it or not, it was on July 4th. 10:33 in the morning. Thursday. Somebody did put it in here. They had a lot of sequences happening. They call it a Ridgecrest 2019 Ridgecrest earthquake sequence. The first main shock, or foreshock, was on Thursday, July 4th, 10:33 in the morning. And it was a good size fiver. 5.5. Didn't actually catch your attention, but actually it would. Until we actually had other magnitudes happening at that point. Increased. Well, we started feeling the earthquake shakers over here the day after, including the 7.1. It was the day after, and we felt that son of a bitch. Oh, God, we felt it out here in Roseman. Looking at the map of the sequence of the earthquake, how it was, you talk about absolute fear. Absolute fear. China Lake Naval Base. Oh, I don't know how the hell they survived it. At Ridgecrest, I don't know how the hell survived that one either. This was freak out time. They had a lot of aftershocks in that time. Foreshocks. Main shock happened after that, and then it was died down, but gradually with the earthquakes. I feel more for the people out in Iceland right now near Grindavik and Reykjavik and every other place they had out there regarding the shakes that they have. But this stuff, I may try to understand geology more and more, try to appreciate the engine of it, but I tell you the effects of the damn thing I hate. It scares me, terrifies me that when it happened, no warning at all. With a tornado or hurricane, you can see the damn atmospheric conditions coming after your ass. Or have an idea. Geology, seismology, volcanology, magma moving. It's just overwhelming. Fascination versus fear. Who has the more dominance? I could be fascinated and terrified at the same damn time. You talk about split on this one. And understanding the aftershocks of what things going on. I have yet to experience, and I sure as hell hope I don't, volcanic activity, magma displacement, having a landscape devastated by lava flow, gases all around, no way to breathe, close up your place and become cooked to death, or suffocated, or both, and then get covered over by the lava. Quakes are just the movement of the earth. My geology professor must have been having a field day regarding these damn quakes. Scared the hell out of me during those days. I had taken geology like a few years before this damn thing hit. Those students have already left. They're doing whatever they're going to do. It was a long while ago. Now, I don't know. But I'm still scared. I can watch with absolute fear and horror and fascination of what's happening in Iceland. Or Kilauea and some of the other outlets that happen on the main island of Hawaii. And it's like I can make jokes concerning about the entities of Pele and Gaia being pissed off at humanity. I wouldn't blame them anyway. And now to throw this damn thing in my face, an anniversary that I still have flashbacks on. The memories, the feelings, the horror, the screaming. I may not have the nightmares, but this particular day is bringing up the nightmares. It's bringing up the horror.